And this is Daniel's Conversation Series 10, The Zone, The Art of Singleness. I am extremely excited about this segment. This segment is titled, Do You? I have heavy hitters on this panel, and we're discussing today the many elements of maintaining mogulism, so to speak, and dating. What is it to date? What is it to be an individual when you have a business, when you're a parent, when you're in a relationship, when you're single? So we're just gonna dive right into it with these phenomenal people on my panel today. So I will start with my ladies. Welcome, give yourselves a round of applause. You're fabulous. And with us today, I'll just do a run through. We have Miss Paulette O'Neill, Beyond Beautiful. Miss Alicia Goodrich, The Experience by Alicia. Miss Tanya Branch of Intimate Touch. And my misters. Look at them, ladies. Yes. We have Dion Turner, the 55th District candidate for Assemblyman, that is the Brownsville, Ocean Hill, and Bedford-Stuyvesant section of Brooklyn. Did I get it right? We have Mr. Jermaine, Everyday Playwright Smith. I wanted to get everything in there. And I affectionately call him the Brooklyn Tyler Perry. Welcome to the conversation, sir. And the money man, Mr. Ash Cash. Thank you for joining us. All right, panelists, we're gonna just jump right on into it. Do you? I wanna know who you guys really are in order to do you. So you all have your own hectic lives. You have to be present all the time. Hair, makeup, suits, smiles, appearances. That's who you are for the world. Your representative, so to speak. Who are you when you go home? What is it that you just really want your mates, if you're with someone right now, or if you're looking for someone, what are some of the things that those individuals should be mindful of as far as who you are when all of that is said and done? Good question, huh? Yeah, they're like, I'm always on. I don't know what it's like to not be on. So I guess I'll start with Paulette.
I have to be honest, I am a mess. I am a hot mess. You asked a whole lot of questions. Okay, I have to the outside look a certain way, and who am I really? Well, I'm a mom at home. I am a sister. I am a best friend. I am a substitute teacher for the Department of Education. I am so many different things, but you know, I've been through a lot in my life, and I've been through domestic violence. I've been through domestic abuse. So every morning when I wake up, I have to literally like rev myself up. I start out my day by sending out a bunch of daily text messages to everybody in my phone, and that takes a lot of time. Yes. I'm talking about it takes about a good 40 minutes. So 40 minutes I spend every morning and in this meditation mode.
Yes.
Like sending this inspirational text message out to all of my friends and family, and then I can get started. Then I can get my day started. Otherwise, I'll be a mess.
Exactly. Yeah. I definitely can relate to that.
Yeah.
So Jermaine.
Yes.
Brooklyn Zone. You have a very hectic schedule, sir. You're doing a lot. You own your own online radio station. You're a screenwriter. You're a director, producer, parent. What is it like for you when you take off all of those layers? What is it that you want people to know about Jermaine?
What other people know about Jermaine? Well, I just put out a perfume too, so I got
Mogul, gotta get it in. Gotta get in the 5-second pitch.
No, I write under the name, and I use the brand name J Everyday.
Yes.
You know, there's a difference between J Everyday and Jermaine. J Everyday, you know, I don't mind the world knowing that my radio station may have 2 million listeners, that I've been on the 700 Club as a playwright.
Yes.
Been on magazine covers, but Jermaine, saw his mother use crack cocaine for 20 plus years. You know, Jermaine saw his mother have different men coming in and out to support her habit.
Yes.
You know, so Jermaine never had a chance to have the childhood he's supposed to have. So being my singleness, it's hard to open up to an individual because you can't just tell everybody your story.
Exactly.
You can't put your past on everybody. So it's hard to separate what you've been through. And sometimes the only separation comes from when you get to play with your children, when you get to be who you really are and not what the public see. Because it's one thing to be a public success, but it's another thing to be a private failure.
Yeah.
You know, so I like the mellow down time. You know, so the mellow down time is easy being Jermaine because I can just be me. And if I don't feel like smiling, I don't gotta strain my face. But when you're out there in the public, sometimes the hardest strain is to smile.
Yes.
So it can be hard when you gotta break down trying to be immobile, build your brand too, just coming back, sit down, being you and trying to get closer to God.
Exactly. The opportunity versus the person.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you for sharing. This lady right here with 100,000 hats, and she gonna take them all. I gotta just tell a small story. Alicia is an event planner and also an image consultant, and she actually helped out with DU's Conversation Series 7. And she brought me some shoes. My foot is a size 10. I swear the shoes had to be like a 5.5. And I said, I can't. I told her, she said, put them on and go out there. And I went out there like this, like the show must go on. So I really, her work ethic is the show must go on by any means necessary. This lady is amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So when you take off all of those hats,
Those shoes was a size 9.
those nine, they felt like 2. But for that brand, I probably needed an 11. That's what it was. It was summertime too.
Oh man, I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, I'm me all the time. And there's a couple of people in the room that know me personally. But there is a struggle of being the mogul. And I didn't think I was a mogul, someone told me. Because I don't see the comments in my bank account yet, but it's coming. And then there's a difference between all those different lives. It's hard to separate. And because I don't have children, and because I'm, doing so many things, I'm just juggling. So I'm in that learning to separate everything and get it right. I knew how to do it because I was the career student, and then I took off that cape and put on the cape of being an entrepreneur because I realized that's where I wanted to be. So for me, I see the tug of war with my family and friends because they don't see me, but I'm on my grind, I'm on my hustle. So for me, it's learning to have that transparency because I'm in the people business in every aspect and every business that I have. So it's learning to have that balance and have that separation. So the family has Alicia, but then my team members and my business partners have Alicia as well. But it's just learning how to separate it, and it's not easy. So it's a daily battle, so I'll be calling you. I'm so real, and that's one of the things I've always just learned how to keep it real in everything I do. And I know it sounds very cliche, but if you're not who you are and who you say you are, people will read that, especially good people.
Yes, definitely.
So I think for me, it's just learning to find a balance and living my truth. And learning to, I have to step out the box and just kind of
Go for it. Thank you for sharing, Alicia. Mr. Ash Cash.
Yes, ma'am.
The man of the hour. This is a money man right here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're married.
Yes.
What is it like for you when you go home? Are you always on, even at home? Or are you able to go home and just release those layers?
I think for me, I have to be on. I always have to be on. And one of the great things about being an entrepreneur, one of the great things about running your own business is that you dictate when your business is when you're going to conduct your business. And that's one of the reasons. So my background is banking. So I've been in banking 11 years, and one of the things I couldn't do when I was working for someone was, if I'm running a bank and I'm working 60 to 80 hours and I'm exhausted because I have to be this different person in the bank, when I get home, it's hard to do, it's hard to be myself because I'm so tired, exhausted. But as an entrepreneur, I can now I have a daughter, my daughter's 4 years old. I can take my daughter to school and, come home and, I dictate how my time goes. So I'm fortunate to be able to be myself, all of the time, and I have a great support system. My daughter is she loves me more than, very unconditionally. My wife has a great support system. So, they both understand where, when Ash is physically tired and, I need that space, but also they also understand that, when they need the time that I'm definitely there. And especially, growing up where I didn't have a father figure, there wasn't a two-parent in the household. It's that much more important that I have that balance. So that's why I definitely decided, I said, you know what, the corporate America life isn't for me. Let me do this entrepreneurship so I can have that control and say, let me build this family, let me build this strong unit.
That's very important. So let me ask you this. I find, my daughter tells me a lot. 15, and I have to be honest, I have slight OCD. I have to have everything a certain way. It has to be in order for me to function with my day, and I'm sure some of you can relate to that. I always hear, Mom, not a client. Mom, you're not on the show. Mom, why does it have to be like that? Do you get that a lot at home?
No, absolutely, and it's funny though because my daughter now, I do a lot of stuff within the home office, and she's always mimicking me. So she's always, if I have my computer out, she has my computer, has the computer. I do a daily inspirational blast every morning, and I record an audio of it. So my daughter's always on the microphone and doing things of that nature. But the great thing though is that in the household, they know that my space is my space because I'm the same way. Like it has to be a certain way. If I put something a place, and I know it has to stay there. So I think that the great thing is that that space is given. They understand that my business is being an entrepreneur. That sometimes I have to take work home, and I'm giving that space, and they actually. It's a collaborative effort. So anytime, my daughter can help assist in whatever she could, then she does that. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, so Miss Tanya Branch of Intimate Touch. I want to ask you, as a single woman, can we put that on the record? Single? Yes. She's single, fellas. Single. As a single individual who has her business. I'm not necessarily sure if you're dating. Are you dating right now? Not presently. What do you find were some of the challenges when you were dating? As a entrepreneur that's looking to go out and have a good time, do you feel like, it was a lack thereof, or people always saw Tanya rather than just Tanya, just T? You wanted them to see T. What were some of the barriers that you experienced?
Some of my barriers were personal integrity for myself. And there were times when I was out of integrity.
Okay.
So I would say yes sometimes when I meant no. Mm-hmm. I would say no sometimes when I meant yes. Mm-hmm. People pleasing.
Yes.
Trying to rise to the top and still fit in. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily honoring the truth of who I am and being fly and being okay with it.
Yes.
Getting to a point where now where you ask the question about the difference between, being with your friends and laughing. Now I like being with myself and laughing. Mm-hmm. So I can rent a movie by myself and have a cup of tea. And I can enjoy the movie. I can enjoy the movie now, laugh out loud.
Yes.
Not necessarily a whole lot of company around me. I can send people to voicemail if it's not what I want to do in that moment. So now I'm in a place of just honoring who I am, because there were times I would pick up the phone and not even want to talk to the person who was calling in that moment.
Yes, but you did out of respect.
Out of respect, but lack of respect for myself.
Exactly.